good, y'all? It's Akira here, back with another video. Guys, today I'm showing you how to make this custom hoodie. That you can make any type of hoodie that you want with any type of design, but I'm gonna give you a tutorial on how to do it. And also custom patches that you can add to your hoodie that just literally takes it to the next level. This is super easy to do, and I'm gonna show you a super easy tutorial. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Real quick before we get into the video, I have timestamps down below, and I also have links for everything if you want to use the same exact things that I've used. Everything that I talked about will be linked down below. Let's get into the tutorial and how you can do this. Took this regular image that was not an SVG, just a PNG, and I took this moderately complex image type so I could go ahead and create this so that I could cut this out with two different colors of vinyl. So you see the cycle on the inside. This is so easy to do now that Cricut has added the erase feature. So I just went in and erased all the font on the inside. I'm not going to show you this complete process because it's very simple. So I went ahead and erased all the cycle on the inside. Then I also went and selected the background and erased it, and erased this little middle piece as well. So I would have two separate pieces that I'm able to cut out on the Cricut. I went ahead and just made sure that the cycle lettering fit directly in between the star image so that I was cutting them out at the right size. Once I had both of these, because their size are 17 wide by 6 in height, I did have to use a 12 by 24 mat. I did go ahead and cut them out on the larger mat, and as you can see now, it allowed me to have the cycle cut as one color of vinyl and then the star cut as another cut of vinyl. So I'll go ahead and show you how I cut those out and how I put them together on the sweatshirt. And don't forget to mirror your image when using heat transfer vinyl. And here I am just weeding that pink outline, and I already weeded the silver lettering, but you'll see that in a second. I also ended up cutting out some sparkle images that I found on Canva because I thought that the initial image just wasn't enough by itself. So I cut out 4 of those, and now I'm going to show you how I'm going to layer both of these onto the sweatshirt. I just put them together to make sure I like how they looked. Now I'm going to go ahead and individually layer them onto the sweater. So that I can go ahead and heat press them. Now I did press these at 305 degrees for about 15 seconds for each layer, and I went ahead and just preheated the sweatshirt and also got all the wrinkles out so that there won't be any wrinkles in the vinyl once you apply the vinyl. So for one last time, I went ahead and placed the vinyl just to make sure I like the placement on this. Now they do have like measurement tools that if you're going to be doing it as a business, I recommend that you use. But because I don't do this often enough, I just go ahead and stand on top of the sweatshirt and place it. I already have an idea because I've done this a lot where to put the image, and then as you can see, I remove the top layer so that I can go ahead and press the silver HTV first, and then once that's done, I will go ahead and press the background. Again, this is scissor. Guys, how do you say that? Let me know down below in the comments how you pronounce it. I don't know, I just say scissor, whatever. But I'm going to go ahead and also just add a piece of parchment paper on top, butcher paper, whatever you like to refer to it as, just so that the sweater doesn't burn and it just protects the vinyl to make sure that you're getting the right amount of heat. And as you can see here, I'm going to be pressing at 305 degrees for about 15 seconds. I do have to move it because the image is pretty long, but that is how you get a perfect press with this scissor, however you want to say it, vinyl. So I did a cold peel on this vinyl. I made sure that it cooled down before I peeled off the topping or the backing. And now I'm going to go ahead and layer the pink vinyl on top of the cycle lettering to make sure also that it's going to fit within the range of the outline, to make sure that nothing is overlapping and that it looks good. Did have to place it a few times, and what I really like about this vinyl is that the backing is so sticky, so that once you place it, that's that. As you can see, I had to stand up again in order to place it where I needed to. And now I'm going to go ahead and press this at 305 again for 15 seconds. I also use my mini press to add the sparkles, just because I didn't want to burn any of the vinyl that I already placed. And I'll be using the mini press for the patches, so that's why I had that out and ready. And again, I just press those for the final look. Again, I let the vinyl go ahead and cool down, and I remove the backing or the topping or whatever you want to call it. And bam, we have a sweatshirt. It came out so good. This was so easy to do. And now I'm going to take you guys into making the patches. So for the custom patches, all you're going to need is this Ultra Bond. This Ultra Hold Heat and Bond. It's like an iron-on adhesive and some fabric. This is just like quilted fabric that I got from Joann's. I'm going to show you guys how to use this later, but let's get into actually making the custom patches and how easy it is. I'm taking it old school to make the patches, so I just got a piece of butcher paper and it's a piece of tape. I'm going to tape it over my computer, and I'm going to make an outline. I do want to make this a little bit bigger for the sleeve, so I think that looks good. And then I'm just going to make an outline of this size and then a smaller size. So let's see if I can do it on camera. If not, guys, you get the gist of what I'm doing here. Yeah, I'm going to need to do this off camera. So I just used the same cross that I got in Canva, which you can download for free. I'll put the link down below. And then I made 3 different size crosses. Ignore that one, that was messed up. So I'm going to cut these out and use this as templates to then cut out on the fabric to make the patches. So I got a ½ yard of this pink quilted fabric from Joann's. I think it was like $8 or something like that. And so what I'm going to do is go ahead and trace the crosses onto the fabric. And I want to, line it up so you can see the quilting as much as possible, because these are kind of thin. And then I'll show you guys how I trace it and how I cut out. Probably gonna cut out 6 of these. You could do this on Cricut, but I just didn't feel like all the steps that it would take to do this. So doing it by hand doesn't really take that much time. So that's why I'm doing it this way. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect, but here I am just taking my templates and outlining it on the fabric using like this Cricut marker thing that it wouldn't bleed through the fabric. It was super easy to do, and I just repeated this step for all 3 of the crosses. I didn't do 6, I ended up doing just 3. From here, after I traced all 3, I just cleaned up the lines some, and then I just cut them out in big circles. You don't want to cut them out directly, like following the outline just yet, because we do have to apply the heat bond, which is going to turn a regular piece of fabric into an actual patch that you can apply to another piece of fabric, like a sweatshirt or something like that. And I'll show you why you want to do this way in the next step. So I cut out all my pieces. Now the heat bond comes in just like a big sheet. As you can see here, I'm just like unfolding it, and I'm just going to cut it to size so that all 3 of my pieces fit on it comfortably, to allow me to go ahead and cut them out and then apply them to turn them into patches. So you see there's a paper backing side, and then there's like a rough side with shininess. That's where you're going to place your patches. You're going to go ahead and heat the patch for about 3 seconds on each piece. This required a little bit more because this was thick puff fabric, but you're going to do that until your actual fabric is bonded to the heat bond. I used a piece of paper just so I wasn't melting the heat bond in places outside of the patch. But again, it took a little bit longer than normal, but once it's bonded, you will be able to tell. And then from this point, all I did was then cut out the heat bond from the, the main piece. I cut them out, and then now from this point, you have an iron-on patch that you can apply to any type of fabric that you want. So I completed all 3 of the crosses. Now as you can see, now they have a paper backing on them, and to apply them to the sweatshirt, what you're going to do is place the patches where you want them. I kind of played around with the placement, and as you can see now they have a paper backing on them, and all you're going to do is remove the or peel the paper backing off of the patch, and that will reveal the sticky side, which then allows you to heat it up and bond it to the sweatshirt. You can kind of see the shine a little bit, but you'll be able to feel it if you have these or you do this in person. And guys, once you go ahead and press these down, again, I did this for about 10 seconds on 310, and they bonded perfectly to the sweatshirt, and I will go ahead and show you guys the final result. And here's how they turned out, and I love this look for like a streetwear sweatshirt. They're completely bonded and they look amazing, and this was so simple to do. Hey guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. It's so fun to make custom hoodies. You can do this as a business, you can do this for fun. There's tons of different reasons why people want to make custom hoodies. I love this hoodie. I actually wear it. I've washed it several times just to show you the wear and tear of this hoodie. The sizer, scissor, whatever, let me know down below how you say it, but I love their vinyl. It's always high quality and it gets a lot of washes, so that your customers, or who, if you want to sell to customers, or if you just want to make it for friends and family, that is worth the buy. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below what you think and what type of videos you like to see on this channel. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.